After Rohini, then comes the age when kids started walking. He has started talking in little bits and pieces. And whatever the kid can throw, push, climb, the kid will do it because he's searching. Marikshira Nakshatra natives, this is the time period. What they do is they search a lot. In Rohini Nakshatra, you are too isolated. You were living alone in your own life. You had your imagination, imaginative friends. In Marikshira, you are the part of the mob. You will always do things in the social pressure. Whichever planet goes in Marikshira Nakshatra, you will do things whatever other people are telling you. You do not have the individuality. You do not have the courage to go single out and say, okay, I'm going to do this. You're too nervous, you're too anxious in the Marikshira Nakshatra. Even what I've seen is, whichever planet goes in Marikshira, the significations of that particular planet, you will not do it alone. Because you're too nervous, you're too shy, you're too soft to tell people, I'm not going to do it. If seventh house lord, Venus, seventh cusp, goes in Marikshira Nakshatra, this particular person will be married by the social pressure. What are the society norms is. Even if he does not like to get married, will still be married. Because what the other people will think. He will constantly think what the other people will think. Now in Rohini was an individual. Rohini was such a beautiful nakshatra. And Marikshira becomes the mob nakshatra. You're doing things under social pressure. Because you're too nice to everyone. You're playing too safe. Marikshira Nakshatra native, second lord in Marikshira, this particular person will not go outside his traditional business. Will try to stay within the traditional business or traditional forms of business. Will not try anything new. These people will search for Saturn in Marikshira, will search for a job continuously. But when the opportunity of the job switch comes on, they're too shy to take it on. They're too afraid to take it on. Because they're like, what if I switch and then bad happens? So this mentality of Marikshira, like I knew a couple of natives, Marikshira natives, especially one of Venus and Marikshira. This native, you go and buy clothes for them, is going to be a mess because the person will keep searching for the clothes, go around store to store, and will not buy a thing. In the end, the Marikshira Nakshatra native, what he will do is, he will buy what is a common trend, the safest thing, and then buys it. Because they have so much of a fear inside their DNA that no one should laugh on me. Like Rohini doesn't care. Rohini was a creator, right? Rohini was like, doesn't matter, don't care. In Marikshira, you're too conscious about the social pressure. That's why you get the Aldra. You live in the jungle. You tell people to run off and do not tell me what I have to do. That's the power of Aldra. Aldra is too independent. That's where you get the power and beauty of Aldra. Because in Marikshira, you were too much dependent on others. You were under the social pressure. That's why you get the Aldra Nakshatra. Aldra says, I don't care and I'm going to live like this. Because the deity is everything which can go wrong in the social norm, not social circle, will go wrong. People say, do not eat your food like this. Aldra says, I'm going to do it like exactly like this. And I don't care about you. What you other people think, I don't care. Aldra is the one who carries a skull in his hand. The Rudra is the one who carries a skull in his hand. And he eats his food in that skull. So he has broken all your myths. Because sometimes what happens is you're too bounded by the social norms, social circles, that you're not able to see beyond it. And then comes the Aldra. Then comes the Guru Gorakhnath ji. There's Jag Machindar Gorakhaye. That wake up, I'm here. He's trying. Aldra will bring you that kind of a storm. And why that storm is? To wake you up. So that you break every single foundation around you to see beyond it. Adra is such a beautiful nakshatra to break all those extra things which you have kept around you, which are not useful. Like when ship is sinking, right? What is that one thing you will need? Life jacket. That's it. Everything else, leave it. Run to your station and just jump in the sea. That's one thing. That's one thing you're trained for. The only thing you will need is a life jacket. The rest, everything will be taken care of later on. That's what Aldra is. Leave everything which is non-essential behind you and go what is important. Aldra is said to be the lord of wild animals. It is not the wild animals, it's symbolic, right? We have explained this earlier. But let's suppose someone does a job. Mrikshara Nakshatra does the job. Uh, so Mrikshara Nakshatra does the job because of the social purpose. Everyone doing the job. Everyone is wearing the country. I should do this. That's what the Mrikshara does. But Aldra says, break your mala, throw it at, burn your temple, and let's go to jungle. Because he does not believe that until he believes until unless you break these norms, you're not going to achieve the target. You're too much included, you're too much bounded by the social norms. See, sadhya and sadhan. Sadhan is the ways to accomplish a target. Sadhya is where you have to reach it. So sometimes people are so accompanied, so much bounded by the sadhan. Like, I should do this particular job, I should do this particular mantra, I should do this particular chant. Then only I will reach this. Then I will reach this particular place. That's not true. Sometimes what the guru does is, what I've experienced in the life is like there was a saint, and this particular saint was very uh, was doing the sadhana, but he was too much bounded by his norms, by his. He was used to do the mala every morning and night. And what one day what Guru does is he took his mala and broke that mala. He said, because you're too much bounded by this particular mala, these particular beads of mala, that you're not looking beyond it. So that's what the Adra does. It brings all your customs which you have made around you and says, I'm going to destroy everything and I'm going to take you a particular person. I'm going to bring storm in your life so that you can wake up. And once you wake up, once you go through the energy of Adra to do things your way, then comes the Punavasu. In Adra, you were in Adra, you were too much negative. You're pointing out mistakes. You're punishing people. You're telling everyone that this is the wrong you have done. This is the wrong you have done. You should not do this. I don't care about you. And this is the way Adra works. In Punavasu, you realize that everyone deserves a second chance. That no one is outside, because now you have lived in jungle. Now you have lived with wild animals. Now you understand that life is not black and white. It can be color as well. There are more shades of life. You cannot go in yes and no category. That's what Adra does. Adra says, okay, tell me yes or no. You said it, you should do it. If you're not doing it, you are guilty. But Puna also says everyone deserves a second chance. This is not how the life works. Life works with everyone's experience. Everyone deserves a position in the society. No one is bad. So Puna was a Nakshatra. The main work of Punavasu is to make you guilt free. Even after every single mistake you have done, it will make you guilt free. Punarvasu Nakshatra will have friends, will be very sympathetic towards other people. Will say, whatever mistake you have done, if you're Punarvasu Nakshatra boss, he will say, okay, it happens. I've done it before, it happens. Don't worry. Punarvasu Nakshatra is a nakshatra which will bring everyone to the mainstream. Punarvasu Nakshatra is a nakshatra because in Adra you never respected that. Adra you were too busy to point out mistakes. Adra you were too busy to punish people. And Punarvasu says it happens. And you're bounded by these people who are attracted towards you because you're giving them, you're acting as a stamp for them. You're validating them. You are the one who can vouch for them. So you're making them valid. God will, in Puravasu Nakshatra native, you will be given chance, you will be sitting at the position where you can make other people valid. That's what the Punavasu does. Lord Ram is not would have never become Maryada Purushottam Bhagwan Ram until and unless he would have gone to jungle and accepted Shabri, Ahilya, Kevat, Nishad. All these people were the outside the society. They were living in jungles. There were no social acceptance of these people. And what Lord Ram does, Bhagwan Ram made them valid. He said, if a prince can go to Ma Ahilya and touch his feet, if a prince can be friends with Lord Hanuman, if prince of the Ayodhya can be friends with the Nishad, with the Kevat, then anyone can be. He made them valid. That's what Bhagwan Ram does. So Punavasu Nakshatra, Pada number 4, Bhagwan Ram was because it's 4-4. So he was working for the masses, but other padas will come to padas later on. But moreover, this is the theme of this nakshatra, to make other people valid. Then comes the Pushya, because in Punavasu, you never took care of yourself. You were listening to everyone. You were giving. Punavasu had a bad habit to listen to everyone and then react. And this is a bad part of Punavasu. But in Pushya is born with that ego. Because Pushya knows, I know, do not tell me. Pushya says, I am the Guru, you listen to me. And that ego, that humility which Punavasu had to listen to everyone, to accept everyone. Pushya says, doesn't matter to me who you are. If I'm telling you to do it, you go ahead and do it. These are the people who run the show from behind the curtain. Pushya Nakshatra are the strategists. These people will make plans for lifetime. These are the people who will become the right hand man for someone. Wherever the Pushya Nakshatra natives will join, or wherever the Pushya Nakshatra is, you only advise people regarding that. Because this is a true Nakshatra of a Guru. The deity here is Guru. Pushya Nakshatra, when people do not listen to them, let's suppose, because these people are king makers, and if they never find a king, they become really frustrated. Because let's suppose there's a Guru, like there's a Charakya, and there's Chandragupta Maurya. And if they do not find Chandragupta Maurya, and eventually you see in the Magad, when they discarded the king Dhananand, he never gave the keys to Chanakya, the keys to Chandragupta. He himself ruled the kingdom for first few years. As an advisor, he took the charge. So whenever they do not find right people to sit on the crown, that themselves becomes the charge. But these people really get frustrated when you put them in a position to run the show, to act like a king, because that's not their true work. Their true work is to advise from the curtain behind, to run the show, to only available for the king whenever he requires advice. But there's a lot of superiority complex in this particular nakshatra. Even without achieving anything, I'm telling you, without even achieving anything, these people will have the superiority complex. That's the quality of this nakshatra. Because in Punavasu, you never had that. You were very humble. Even after being a king, you were very humble. In Pushya, you have the ego issue. But that is to master the energy that you do not want to listen to anyone else. You become the advisor yourself. And people take your advices. You are the one whom people should listen. That's what the Pushya is. Then comes the Nakshatra of Ashlesha. Because in Pushya, you are too much helpful to others. You are advising everyone. Whoever comes to you, advise. And what this particular thing does is, people take advantage of you. People think that, when someone is too straight, when someone is advising you without any personal interest, people don't listen to you properly. Then you need a psychological game. Like you need to be on a plane where you put that particular information with the reason. Because Pushya never bothered to explain you why I'm saying this, because of the ego issues. And Ashlesha Nakshatra, because in Punavasi you're giving out information true freely to everyone. You're advising people, and whoever comes to you, you provide knowledge, you provide information without asking much questions. And you say, just believe me, it happens. There's no control over the information. In Ashlesha, you can't do that. In Ashlesha, you have to master energy to control that information, to act like a snake. And what snake does? It protects the gold. It protects wherever the valuable is. So to master that energy, you need to be very careful. That is why Ashlesha is a nakshatra of snakes. The deity here is Naga. Ashlesha nakshatra native, it's like you have to master the energy that you know everything. You have to live with the same people, deal with the same people, but you have to smile. It's like drinking poison and still smile. Wherever the Ashlesha is, you have to protect the information. You will know everything inside out, but still, after knowing all those things, living with that poison, and that poison is important because that poison will keep you alive. A snake, until it shows that he's very dangerous, will keep him alive in the very odd conditions. So even if you do not know anything, or whatever information you have, you keep it hidden. That's what the Ashlesha Nakshatra native does. They keep their information hidden. They play psychological warfare. Because physically, Ashlesha natives, you will not have much advantage in all the other terms. The only advantage you will get is psychological warfare. You have to use your head in a very wonderful manner. Because this is the last nakshatra of the zodiac when it comes to Cancer. Then the second cycle will start from Magha. So in Cancer, the last nakshatra is there's a lot of poison in this nakshatra, and the reason is you're protecting a lot of things over here. And if you do not respect it, and if you do not play that psychological warfare with other people, you are going to get killed. You're going to lose the battle. For Ashlesha Nakshatra natives, fighting a battle, you are in even in the odd conditions, you know, uh, how to win. You can learn from Ashlesha. So this was a cycle of nakshatras. I hope you liked it. From Ashvinī to Ashlesha. This is the first cycle of nakshatras. So stay tuned. Keep watching Lunar Astro. If you haven't subscribed it, subscribe it now. Hit the bell icon. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.